This video will contain spoilers, so if you've not watched this episode, I advise you to turn this off, come back after you watched it. Enjoy. Hello, Walking Dead fans, what is up? This is your host, Metatron Urel, and you are watching Nephilim Entertainment. Thank you for coming. This coverage has to do with episode 8, How It's Gotta Be. So, title itself says a lot. How It's Gotta Be. You would think maybe, possibly, it was an indication of putting your foot down and just doing things your way. Honestly, I don't think it necessarily covers that. I think what it covers is acceptance. You have to accept how things are going to be. This is how it is. This is how it's going to be. Accept it. Bear that in mind when you're watching the rest of this. So the episode starts off and we have Rick in a mild panic attack because he can't find his saviors anywhere. They're gone. Just disappeared. So he's a little concerned about what's things are going on. Can't get a hold of the snipers. Nobody's responding. And all of a sudden, he starts remembering his little talk he had with Carl, which is where they get the title of this episode, because Carl, in this little talk, talks about what's life going to be like after this for you. He said, is there going to be a life for you after this? And he poses a good possible question. I mean, a lot of people have been so worried about today, they don't think about tomorrow. Especially in this time and age right now with death all around them, the dead coming back and trying to kill them and eat them. It's kind of hard to think that far ahead. I mean, a lot of people, they're just lucky to make it through the night, let alone a day or two in advance. So, Carl actually poses a possible question for Rick to think about. Is there going to be life for you after this? Meanwhile, he's lucky to have life right now because as he's trying to figure out what happened with the Saviors, he starts getting shot at. So he's there with the scavengers and, okay, it's going to be a massive shootout. Everybody's going to be fighting. No. Rick takes for cover. He looks up. Saviors are split. They're gone. They're just, bye guys. Hey, did you want to... No? Okay, well, call me. We'll meet up. Never. Yeah, the scavengers pretty much split town and left him pretty much trying to survive massive gunfiring. But Negan's not there. Okay. So we actually come across Negan, and for some reason, and for his character and for his whole persona, he looks thrilled, and that scares the hell out of me. When Negan is smiling like he's about to do something exciting, this can't be good. It can't. For whoever is involved, for any parties involved in this besides Negan himself, it is not good. It is just, no. Stop smiling. Why are you smiling? It's creeping me out. I'm worried. I'm scared. So, meanwhile, we got Enid and Aaron. They're on a mission of themselves. They're actually taking a little road trip, and they're going to go to Oceanside. So Oceanside is a group of women only, basically. You know what you're thinking? Amazons? No, unfortunately not. No Wonder Woman here. It more or less is a survival group that actually survived the Saviors. Unfortunately, all the Saviors took the men and leaving the women and the children by themselves, so basically they had to fend for themselves, so they got the heck out of Dodge and lost the Saviors for now. But Rick has the bright idea of taking them and bringing them into the war. Good luck with that, sir. Good luck with that. So they're on their way to Oceanside. Well, back at Alexandria, Michonne and Daryl are talking. Michonne is apologizing for copping out on Daryl whenever they were about to raise some hell at Sanctuary. Which Daryl was like, I ain't worried about it because his plan worked. He took the bus, took the dump truck, collided into the side of the wall. All the walkers are now going into the building. They're all dead. Everything's resolved. Hooray. Right? Maybe? No? Well, Carl, I've noticed Carl has grown. I remember when he was a little bitty kid in the first couple seasons where he was getting in all kinds of mischief. Now he's become a man. I'm proud of Carl. Carl Grimes has actually become a man. He has learned how to like he was saying in that little note that he got from Ian, just somehow survive. That's all you have to remember. Just somehow survive. JSS. Just somehow survive. And Carl's done that. Our little boy has grown up and become quite a man. Even dropping wisdom of pearls on his father. You have to have a life after this. You have to survive. You have to be something more. And I love that because for far too long, Carl's just sort of been in the background. But now he's actually starting to come up and he's actually starting to voice his opinion and his thoughts. Hey, look, you need to do something. Don't just accept this. Make something of it. That's deep. Bravo, that is deep. And I'm glad to see that the lightheartedness of the group is starting to come back a little bit. Especially with Tara and Rosita, because with everything that's went on, they both lost someone they both loved, and even lost a mutual friend. They're able to somehow find a lightheartedness. And I love how Tara's like, alright, load it up. Just load it up. And then Rosita politely inclines. Loads up with a hell of a lot of things. And then just keep stacking it. Come on, that's it. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Put it on top. Come on, let's do this. And you gotta admire the fact that in the midst of all the war, our group is starting to find their humor back. And that's a big thing, especially in a trying time like this. You know, everyone's on pins and needles. There's been a lot of loss. They've had people die on both sides. And yet they're somehow finding their humor back. And that says a lot about the survivors. They're actually surviving. It's one thing to make it through the day. But if you can make it through the day and then bullshit later, you are doing good. So, Aaron and Enid had made camp. I guess they've set up a nice little display to attract the Oceanside. Well, while they're resting for the night, someone's moseying around the camp. Well, Aaron and Enid both take off, weapons drawn, and they're going to try to find out who is sneaking around the camp. Because with the Saviors on the loose, or with the Saviors and not all the Saviors are accounted for, there's a lot of outposts and whatnot. A lot of people who are probably running around. Right now, it's better not to play it too safe. Just saying. So, unfortunately, the person sneaking up on Aaron didn't account for there being a second person. Enid, not knowing who is in the dark, starts opening fire. She ends up killing the assailant. Well, the Oceanside people come out and they pull their guns on Aaron and Enid and have them surrounded. Well, kind of find out the person that Enid had shot and killed was none other than, I think her name is Natalie. Is it Natalie? Is that how you pronounce it? Natalie? Or Natia? 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 Is it Natia? I think it's Natia. Shot Natia, the leader of the group. Her granddaughter was there to witness this. Her granddaughter was also the same chick who helped Tara escape. Now, she has to witness as her grandma dies at the hands of a stranger. So, this is not going to go well for Enid, much less their alliance with Oceanside, because right now Oceanside is very anti-outsiders to begin with. You turn around and shot our leader. No, this is not. No. Can we hit the rewind button? Let's do this again. Let's try this again. All right, let's Making Peace Part 2. I mean, come on. Poor Enid, oh, she was just protecting Aaron, but turns around and she just made one of the biggest blunders in the season. Ugh, poor Enid. But as if things couldn't get any worse, guess who shows up? Huh. And he's not stuck behind a wall of walkers. Negan shows up at Alexandria, and he starts making his high demands, including having everyone apologize to him what happened, and the person with the lamest apology is going to get killed. Then, not just one person, but then he's going to kill Rick Grimes for everybody. What? Yeah. Negan is back with full vengeance, and he is going to make examples out of everybody. Welcome back, Negan. You brought Lucille? Oh, of course you brought Lucille. Great. So, him showing up, and then we watch as our groups of people are driving around with a sheer determination of getting to their places. You got Jesus, you got Maggie, you got Jerry. Carol, well, Jerry, unfortunately, gets hit. We don't know by who at the time. We don't know what's going on, but Jerry gets hit. Not good, especially since the only person who I've ever seen in the history of The Walking Dead have a car wreck, I mean a legit car wreck, has been Lori, and that was because that bitch was dumb enough to hit a walker when there was nothing else on the road. Girl, learn to drive. Don't get me started. I ranted about this for 2 days. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not. But, Jerry, our boy, what's going on? What's Jerry wrecking? Who hit Jerry? What is going on? Are the walkers coming after Jerry? What is going on here? Our axe-wielding guy is in trouble. Someone rescue him. But if that wasn't bad enough, Saviors are ambushing everybody. So it must have been the Saviors who did this to Jerry, because they're ambushing everybody. Oh, dude is back at the Kingdom. The first one who came back when the Kingdom was secretly making deals with the Saviors. Oh, dude is there. Well, then you got Simon, who is going after the Hilltop leader, Maggie. And then, of course, Negan is at Alexandria. So, all three de factos are being attacked simultaneously. This is not good. The Saviors are actually more organized than you would think. I mean, apparently they don't need Negan to do everything. They can go off separately and work their magic, which could work in their favor, could work in their disfavor. Who knows? Well, Carl has actually really grown, because now not only is he offering advice and dropping pearls of wisdom, but he's actually taking charge and actually leading these people to safety. He is not just saying, hey, look, maybe we should do this. My dad would do this. No, he is saying it out of his own mouth with his own words. Look, y'all go here, y'all do this, I got this. Respect. That's all I can say. One word. Respect. So with Carl doing this, maybe that everyone will stand a chance, because I'm seeing little Rick Grimes coming out of him. Boy, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. But Saviors, they want everybody to follow their orders. And they've got some pretty off-the-wall demands. Apparently they want Hilltop to basically, since they weren't, Simon is playing it off like Gregory was the unwanted black sheep of the group. Maggie is the new face of the Hilltops. So he is going to give her full pardons and full leniency as long as she marches to the drum of their beat. Or marches to the beat of their beat of their drum. Okay. Well, the Kingdom, however, ain't going to get off so easy. I mean, the people are going to be spared, but they want King Ezekiel front and center. And apparently, he is going to be made an example of in front of everybody. And they want to do it where none of the kids witness it. They're going to know what's going to happen, dipshit. Just saying. So they're all making these demands. But nobody is complying. Nobody. And even Negan is making demands about wanting to see Rick. He wants Rick right now. I want to see Rick, or we're going to come in there and heads are going to roll, basically. Well, Carl stands up in front of the gate. He's not here. Oh, Carl, what's up, man? I haven't seen you since I kidnapped you. Or did you sneak on to try to kill me? Right, second one. Well, Carl, in a way, offers himself up as tribute. What do you mean by that, Meta? He offers Negan, if Negan is out for blood and wants to kill somebody, he offers himself up to be the sacrifice. Kill me. What? Yeah. Even Negan, who's got something to say about everything. Wait, I gotta do it. Everything. Sure, I didn't do it right the first time. Let's try it again. He got everything. He is at a loss for words because Carl's actually offering himself up and is willing to die. Not just be prisoner, not just do some meaningless labor. No, he is willing to throw his life down so nobody else will die. I don't know what to say about that. What do you do when the one person who you least expect comes around and surprises you with some information that, I mean, you have a kid. No, he's not a kid anymore. He's become a man. Carl has become a man. When a young man who you have watched grown up from the time he was a little boy to now, listen to him say, look, spare these people. Take me instead. Well, he asked Negan one important question. Is this who you wanted to be? Is this who you wanted to turn out to be? Negan had nothing to say whatsoever. But, unfortunately, this little deep talk is cut short because whether it was meant to or not, he distracted Negan long enough for the people to take off. Negan's not happy though because he feels like their little bonding moment has just been severed. And I will say this, Negan has always been up front and always been man to man with Carl. For him to turn around and say this and catch Negan off guard, and then Negan finds out it was possibly just a distraction, he's not happy. I feel like his trust had just been you know what? We're going to cut it off. What? Well, Negan is just had enough. So he starts having his boys launch grenades into the city. And they start destroying Alexandria, which Carl feels that it's okay. As long as the people survive, they can rebuild. And he's got a good point there. I mean, there's no sense of crying, which I'm very materialistic. I will admit that to anybody. I'm very materialistic. However, he does pose the point of this is just the structure. We, the people, are Alexandria. And that he doesn't say those words, but that's pretty much what he's implying. You know, this is Alexandria. These walls are not Alexandria. We are Alexandria. Well said, sir. Well said. So, everyone's trying to offer something up. I mean, everyone is trying to pretty much put something on the table for the saviors to not go apeshit crazy and start killing everybody. You know, you had Carl offer up himself. You had Maggie willing to comply with the saviors for the most part. And then you have the kingdom. They're willing to submit, but they're just not going to give up Ezekiel. So they're showing loyalty behind their leaders, but they're just saying, okay, look, do whatever you want, just don't kill anybody. We're just not going to give you our leaders. Well, Simon basically tells Maggie how he's willing to kill her. Basically, he's going to drag you in the middle of the street, kill you, put you on display, and then take you and put you on a pike in front of our HQ to show you off, basically, to the world. Okay. But you can cooperate and you'll be fine. What? Yeah. Well, to show him who's serious, he ends up killing Neil, one of Maggie's lieutenants. Kills Neil as an example. So Maggie strikes up a deal. Says, "All right, give me a pine box that you threatened to put me in, so I can bury Neil when we get back home." Fair enough. You can have it. You need someone to give you a pine box. I cannot believe Simon didn't catch on to that. But Eugene, he's back at Savior HQ. Of course, he's not out in the battle. He's safely back home, squirreled away. And he pretty much is having a restless night. He does not know what to do with himself. The drinky's not helping. He's tossing and turning all night. So our boy is kind of having a few issues there. Well, meanwhile, Carl's alone against all the saviors. And pretty much they're destroying house to house. And Carl's pretty much just literally throwing up smoke signals right now, I guess, to give them something to be distracted by instead of going out and hunting for the Alexandrias. Which Carl's playing his part very nicely. He's keeping them distracted, keeping them away from the people so the people can be safe away from not just the saviors, but we also have to remember there are freaking zombies everywhere. These people kill me. They're wanting to start wars and they're wanting to kill each other. Do you not realize that there's more looming threats out there? Something that's not biased, that doesn't get tired, that doesn't get necessarily hungry, doesn't sleep. I mean, it's constantly lurking, constantly looking for something to maul and kill, and you're more worried about some freaking land, getting your cut out of everything? Really? So I guess the survival of the human race doesn't matter anything to you, and I'm not just talking about procreation. Think about it, people. There are more important things to be fighting besides your own petty little squabbles. Just want to put that out there. So, they're actually dumb enough at this point because the Alexandrians are chasing after Daryl and Michonne and all them in the group. Well, Dwight already knows what it is. He literally leads the Saviors right to an ambush. Well, while the Saviors are getting mown down, he's actually behind the lines shooting his own people. Well, he gets discovered by one of the girls who takes off running, and Dwight automatically knows, I can't go back. Can't go back. Well, meanwhile, the Saviors are hunting for Carl. And Carl actually hides in the sewers. Which, very good, very nice. So, Eugene finally found out a way to help with his sleeplessness. He's going to help Gabriel. Is it not too late for Gabriel to redeem himself? I'm sorry, misspoken. Is it not too late for Eugene to redeem himself? I mean, he has spent this entire season cowered behind Negan, afraid to not be his little puppy anymore. I mean, is it really safe to say that everything's cool for Eugene right now? Is it safe to say? Can he go back to the group? Especially after everything he's done, including helping the Saviors get free, which in turn led to them pretty much overthrowing everybody and striking terror back once again. So can Eugene be redeemed? Well, Ezekiel, you would think he would run away cowardly. Because most of the episode, like, where's Ezekiel? No one can find him. Did he run away? Is he a coward? No, not really. He goes commando. And I'm not talking about dress wear. he goes and pretty much sabotages. He sets gasoline on fire. He pretty much does everything he can to get the Saviors worked up, giving his people a chance to escape. Alright? They're taking off running. They're escaping. Ezekiel's right behind them. What does he do? Chains up, and I noticed this too. He uses the very chain that he used to keep Shiva on a leash, padlocked it, and locked the Saviors in the kingdom with him. Ezekiel, you are going to do the sacrifice play for your people? Whoa. Okay, first Carl, now Ezekiel. And people can't even get change out of me when they're asking for change during the holidays. Oh, I feel like such a bad person now. Well, Maggie, one thing I learned, there's two things I learned about Maggie over the course of this episode. One, don't call her Cupcake. Oh, dude, is the Saviors. Devin calls her Cupcake. She, of course, after everything that happened with Simon, she drags out one of the Saviors out of the little makeshift prison they have. Has a gun and oh, dude starts talking smack. She ain't gonna do nothing. Cupcake here ain't gonna. BAM! Shot dead. Right there. Yeah. Apparently she's killing him to make an example because that little pine box she got from Simon, yeah, she threw his body in there and wrote, "We still have 38 left. Stand down." Apparently that's her way of poking the bear. She's gonna poke the bear. That is not. Yeah, she that's just. I'm sorry that. I don't know if that's brave or stupid, but she says basically it is up to Hilltop because they need to make themselves a sanctuary for everybody. It's up to the Hilltop to make the last stand. I applaud that. And you think her being ice cold veins after killing that guy? No. Girl is like 2 steps away from a total breakdown. And she's walking away. She keeps a straight face, keeps the composure. Bravo. As soon as she gets away from ice shot, that's when she starts breaking down. Girl, come here. Come here, let me comfort you. Our poor Maggie. Oh. But you know, Dwight surrenders. Dwight straight up surrenders to Daryl and them. And I love it too because after he surrenders, throws up some valid points about how he can go back. He knows everything. He can help them. He can give them a fighting chance. Daryl takes his vest, yanks it back. He wants his shit back. Daryl finally is reunited with his vest. Awesome. Now the collection is complete. He's got his motorcycle back. He's got his crossbow back. Now he's got his vest back. Daryl is complete. So, we also find out, we also get a glimpse to Morgan actually is there in the kingdom along with Ezekiel. So, possibly, maybe, even though the Saviors are wanting to beat and possibly even torture Ezekiel, there's a high possibility that Morgan might actually come to the rescue. We don't know. They just left it there. And Michonne, she helps guide everybody there to safety in Alexandria. Everyone's all to safety. You know, it's after Carl done put on his big show and done got everybody to, you know, got everything taken care of down in Alexandria. He leads everybody to safety. Well, Michonne, I guess, at some point, just can't leave it all on Carl. So now she picks up her katana and she goes and takes off, leaving basically Rosita alone with everybody else, including Dwight. So, with that happening, Rick has actually made it back to Alexandria, hoping to find Judith, Carl, and Michonne. Who he ends up finding is Negan. Oh, And that finally happens. Oh my God, I was looking forward to this. And it finally happened. Rick and Negan finally square off. And I mean, they go mano a mano. And it was great. But I am disappointed because I would love to have seen it. Because at the last of it, Rick, of course, he gets ambushed by Negan, knocked to the ground. Negan takes off all his, his axe, his gun, throws him off to the side. He's taunting him. Of course, it's Negan. He's going to taunt him. And Nick Garce gets up, retaliates. They throw blows back and forth. Well, at some point, Rick sees his gun on the floor. Well, he goes after it, manages to pick it up, pulls it up to where it's almost within firing, doing its firing thing, lined up perfectly to Negan's head, and Negan tackles his ass through a window, knocking him out the window. Well, at this point, it would have been awesome if you would have seen Rick actually do like some kind of like jump back through the window, and he's going to take the gun and start swinging at him like it's Lucille 2.0, and Negan's going to be taking Lucille, and they're going to like have like a little makeshift sword fight with their weapons. No, Rick just takes up his arms and just runs. Of course, Negan's like, well, damn it. It would have been nice if the fight would have been just a little bit longer, but hey, oh my God, it was refreshing to see, because last time we seen Rick fight was with Daryl. Not the same thing. Come on, man, that's your brother in arms. He gave your daughter a nice little awesome nickname, little ass kicker. Yeah, I want to see Rick and Negan fight blow to blow. I mean, to the point where they're both bloody pit pulps and look at each other exhausted and talking so much shit back and forth that they finally can't even make words that make sense. Like, how's that, bro? God, such a refresher. But Michonne, she kind of has another little freak out. Once again, she gets ambushed by one of the saviors, and you think, oh well, he caught off guard. Oh no! What does our girl do? She samurais him right in the face. I mean, literally right in the face. Stabs him in the head. Okay, dude's dead. Hits the ground. Body's lifeless. Okay, it's over with, Michelle. Not entirely. She proceeds to hack away at the body like every bit of him is going to get back up and just wreak havoc on the world. And and look, the sword possibly is for slicing. She takes it and just... Even Rick's like, Michelle, hey, Michelle. Barely touches her. I wouldn't want to touch her either because you might pull back a nub. Literally. He's just like, baby. It's me. Come on. We got to go. So, everything seems like it's... At this point, it's not like, hey, happy ending. No, I mean, they're all beaten and battered. The saviors did retaliate. They did retaliate. So, okay, they're beaten, they're battered. Alright, we need to take a step back. We need to recover. We can do this. We can recover from this. At least they're no longer... At least Negan doesn't have him by the throat anymore. They took a stand. They made a stand. Okay, fine. Good news is, Rick gets there with Michonne. He sees all of Alexandria down the sewer. Not the best place to be, but they're alive. So he goes down there. Sure enough, we see our little baby girl in the distance, little Judith. And I think she knows Daddy's been waiting on her to see her because she's standing there and looks right at him as soon as he walks up. It's a touching moment, really it is. Well, Rick goes on to find Carl. Carl informs him that he let him off to safety. Pulls up his shirt and explains that's when this happened. Pulls down a bandage. Carl Grimes, our little man who's grown up, has a bite mark on his chest. And what's bad is he has that missing eye right here. Where he got bit, It's right there, in that little blind spot right there. After 8 seasons, 8 very long seasons, Carl Grimes, the boy who we've watched grow up and become a man, has been bit. After everything he survived, being shot twice at least that I can recall, being shot twice, having to kill his own mother, having to shoot his dad's best friend, killing countless walkers, killing people, actually standing up to the tyrant Negan quicker than his father did. He's bit. Carl Grimes is bit. Up next for The Walking Dead. This was the mid-season finale. Next up is the mid-season premiere. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about watching the possibility of Carl being buried. Worst off if he actually turns into a walker. This is a tragic day for all Walking Dead fans, me personally. I mean, like I said, we grew up and watched this boy grow up. He became a man. I am proud of you, Carl Grimes. And I hope to God, I mean, there's all kinds of theories we can spin. There's all kinds of lucid possibilities we could say, you know, maybe old dude that you helped in the last episode went mental and bit you, and you know it's just a human bite as opposed to a walker bite. Honestly, though, I don't know if I can handle the disappointment of me being wrong. Not on a personal, egotistical level, but I just don't want to get my hopes up that you're going to survive. But my prayers are with the character. I hope and pray that you make it through, and if not, may God have mercy on you, my brother, because you have come through and you have done things that I don't think a grown man can do, much less a child. You've always had my respect as a character, and you've always stood up on the occasion. And you have survived so much and come so far. You were more of a man than your father. You were stronger than Shane. You were wiser than Michonne. And you were more of a badass than Daryl Dixon ever could be. So my applause to you, sir. But this is going to be the last stand. And Negan points up a pretty big picture. Who's next? Rick declares, you are. My final question for this mid-season premiere is, how do you feel about Carl Grimes' death? Let me know up here. As you can tell, I'm a little heartbroken by it. I watched this kid grow up, so he's been part of my family for the past 7 years, almost 8. Can't help but get attached to these characters. You can't help but develop a brothership with them. But thank you so much for watching my video. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up down below. Post a comment down there. Being friendly at all times. Subscribe to my page for more content. Stay tuned to the end of the video for more content. But I am Metatron Urel, and you're watching Nephilim Entertainment. To all you daydreamers and creators out there, keep them heads in the clouds. Peace.